Om Jnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Iti Namine Prema Bhakti Rasanandam Kripa Sindhu Mamananam Pragyapayantam Vande Sri Bhakti Vedanta Narayanam. So, today is the beginning of this series on Shri Brahma Samhita. So I want to do this at least once a week, starting on Wednesday. This PDF is available from purebhakti.com. It can be downloaded here. I'm just putting this in the chat. And this is a recurring Zoom meeting, so you can join at this time. So I wanted to start with some of the background which has been given in the introduction. Brahma Samhita is a very important scripture for Gaudiya Vaishnavas. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was touring South India, he went to Kanyakumari, and there, after visiting the temple, there was an incident that occurred with the Bhattadharis, where they lured away his servant Krishnadas, and Mahaprabhu went and rescued Krishnadas. After that, he went to visit the temple of Adikeshava, and there he ecstatically danced and chanted, and he observed that there were many learned devotees there. This is from the introduction of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And they were lecturing on the 5th chapter of Sri Brahma Samhita. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very astonished to see this book, which had been believed to be lost for a very long time. He found that it was full of transcendental truths. He had it copied very carefully so that he could bring it back to Sri Jagannath Puri Dham. So the commentary, because Brahma Samhita is very, very profound, and there is a Digdarshani Tika written by Srila Jiva Goswami. Srila Jiva Goswami is foremost amongst the very learned acharyas in our Gaudiya line, and he was also the only initiated disciple of Srila Rupa Goswami, although of course Srila Rupa Goswami had many Diksha initiated disciples. So he has written a Sanskrit commentary, and the translation of this Sanskrit commentary has been given by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has also given commentary. And my Gurudev Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj has also given commentary in Hindi, and that has been translated for this book, which was published in 2003. So, we can begin with the first verse of Shri Brahma Samhita. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govindaha Sarvakarana Karanam. Sri Krishna, Govinda, is the embodiment of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the controller of all lesser controllers, and the source of all incarnations. He has no beginning or origin, though he is the source of everything and the cause of all causes. So this first verse of Sri Brahma Samhita is very well known and very often quoted My Nam and Shiksha Guru Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada used to quote this verse many, many times. So now we shall hear some of the explanations given by Srila Jiva Goswami. So, Ishvara Parama Krishna. This is, although it is said that Brahma Samhita is complete with 100 chapters, this 5th chapter is the only one that is known, and it is the condensed essence of the entire book. So it still makes us, gives us access to the entire subject matter. So Srila Jiva Goswami says that he has actually elaborated on these subjects in Sri Krishna Sandarbha. So there are 6 Sandarbhas which have been written by Srila Jiva Goswami. And in Krishna Sandarbha, he has given so much argument and description of the nature of Sri Krishna. So he is actually giving some further description than what has been given in Sri Krishna Sandarbha. So this is related to the verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Ete cham sakala pumsa krishnastu bhagavan svayam indrari vyakulam lokam mridayanti yuge yuge. All of the incarnations of Krishna have been described in Srimad Bhagavatam, and in conclusion, Ete cham sakala pumsa krishnastu bhagavan svayam. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan, and all of these avatars are his expansions or his plenary portions. This is a very important concept. So in Brahma Samhita, there are many important philosophical topics. It is by nature a philosophical book, but it is also full of ras. But we cannot venture into the realm of describing ras without describing the tattva, the fundamental truths. And it begins with understanding that Sri Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? So, Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. He is also called the Supreme Controller, the controller of all other controllers. Ishvara Parama. And he is also sometimes called Parameshwar. So Krishna is the subject. All of the other nouns in this verse, they take the role of adjectives. That is the opinion of Srila Jiva Goswami. And this is also what has been given by Sri Shukadeva Goswami. And Srila Jiva Goswami quotes Sri Shukadeva Goswami saying things like Krishna Avatara Mahotsava, the great festival of Sri Krishna's descent. So this is a very important thing. Now let's talk for a moment about Krishna's Leela. So Krishna has come to have his Leela with his loving devotees in Vrindavan Dham. What is the nature of Vrindavan Dham? This is also described in this Brahma Samhita. The nature of Vrindavan Dham is that it is not different from Goloka Vrindavan in the spiritual world. The only difference is that it is manifest within this earthly plane so that we are able to see it. At the time that Sri Krishna was present, Vrindavan Dham was fully manifest. But still, there were those who tried to enter, but they could not. There is one story that Gurudev tells. Once Kamsa was very frustrated because he was sending all of his associates who were big asuras, and he wanted them to kill Krishna. He thought it would be possible to kill Krishna. This is the nature of a demonic person. They think, oh, I will conquer death, I will conquer God himself, I will conquer everything, and I will be perfect, powerful, and happy. So Kamsa was frustrated because he was sending very big, powerful demons like Putana. Putana, who had the strength of 10,000 elephants. And when Krishna was only a little baby, only 8 days old, Putana went with poison smeared on her breast, hoping to give Krishna that poison and kill the baby Krishna, because she was a specialist. Her specialty was killing babies and small children and drinking their blood. And so, what happened when Putana went? Oh, she came, disguised herself as a very, very beautiful lady. So beautiful, so enchanting, and no one would question, oh, beautiful woman has come in. If she looks beautiful, then we won't question what is in her heart. Oh, she's so beautiful. She must be a Devi, a goddess who has come from heaven. But she came in there and she picked up the baby Krishna as if she wanted to give milk from her breast. But Krishna knew, and he closed his eyes for a moment. Why did he do this? Because in her previous life, Putana had been Ratnamala, the sister of Bali Maharaj. And when Bali Maharaj was defeated by Vamanadev, the avatar of Bhagavan, and everything was taken from him. First, he entered the sacrificial arena of Bali Maharaj as a Brahmin boy, very, very beautiful, very effulgent. And when Ratnamala saw him, she thought, oh, he is so beautiful, so sweet, so cute. I wish I could take him on my lap and give him milk from my breast. He is so beautiful. But then when she saw that he became a gigantic form and he conquered the whole universe and took everything from Bali Maharaj and put his foot on the head of Bali Maharaj, she said, oh, if he was my son, I would give him poison and kill him. And so these boons were granted to her. And so she became the sister of Bakasura, and she came. So when Krishna slew Putana, this is a very special thing. He took her life. He was clinging on to her with his hands and baby feet, and she could not dislodge him because he was taking the poison. It is said that Shankarji came to take the poison because Shankarji can do Bhagavan's dirty work. But Krishna took out her life air, and she was trying to dislodge Krishna with all of her strength. She could not do it. She could not dislodge Krishna. And so, when Putana fell down dead, her body became 8 miles long, and Krishna was climbing around on her great big stomach, which was like the bed of a dry lake. So, such wonderful pastimes that Krishna has done, and Shukadev Goswami has said, Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigam surapaya yanapyasadvi. It is so amazing that this witch, Putana, who was so asadvi, so unsaintly in character, and she has been granted a position, Dhatriuchatam, like that of Krishna's nursemaid. Gurudev has said she became like Parosi, a neighbor of Mother Yashoda, in the outer part of Golok, not in Golok Vrindavan, but in the outer part of Golok, which we will also hear about in this Brahma Samhita. And she was like a neighbor of Yashoda Maya. But usually, Nibrita marun manoksha dadya yoga yujo hridayan munaya upasate tadarayopya yusmaranat striya udagendra bhoga bhajadanda vishakta diyo vayamapite sama samadrishongri saroja sudha. Personified Vedas have said, oh, it is quite amazing that demons They are slain by the hand of Bhagavan, and so they attain Sayujya Mukti, which is the goal of yogis and tapasvis who perform very, very hard austerities so that they can achieve the same thing gotten by demons slain by the Lord. But instead, we think of the gopis who were embraced. They were distracted by thoughts of being embraced by the beautiful arms of Sri Krishna, which are shaped like the bodies of the kings of serpents. We, therefore, want to become particles of dust on the lotus feet of those gopis. So Krishna, as Ete Chamsa Kalampumsa, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, as Swayam Bhagavan, he himself does not have to do the slaying of demons like Aghasura. When there is slaying of demons to be done, then Bhagavan Vishnu avatar within Krishna is able to do that. So this is part of the meaning also of Krishna Avatara Mahotsav. All avatars are within Krishna and their activities are being done also. But it appears sometimes people think, they say, oh, Krishna is also an avatar of Vishnu. But it is the other way around. All of the Vishnu expansions, Narayan, the Lord of the Vaikuntha planets, they are all expansions or expansions of the expansions of Sri Krishna, who is Swayam Bhagavan. So back to this topic, what about Vrindavan Dham? Oh, that Golok of Vrindavan is manifest on the earthly plane, but it is managed by Yogamaya. And so comes after experiencing the frustration that his big demon associates were not able to kill Krishna. He thought, if I'm going to do it, I have to do it myself. So he took his sword in hand and he went to Vrindavan, and there, as he was about to cross the border into Vrindavan, there was one yogini, Yogamaya, who caught him by the hand. And he thought, why is this feeble woman is able to hold me and I cannot get free? And she took Kamsa and dipped him in a pond, and he became an old lady. Oh, now Kamsa, the very powerful Kamsa Maharaj, has become an old woman. And then Yogamaya took Kamsa and sat him down. Okay, now you will do this service. You will make cow dung patties. Take cow dung, slap it on the side of the hut. And Kamsa was so much humiliated. Oh, I have to do this. I have no power. And finally, Yogamaya took him and released him. He was not able to enter Vrindavan. He could not come inside Vrindavan at all. What to speak of do any harm to Krishna? So Kamsa himself could not come. So this is the activity in the pastimes of Sri Krishna, all the slaying of Bakasura, Aghasura, Arishtasura. This is all being done by the Vishnu avatar within Krishna. So Srila Jiva Goswami also is explaining here that when Krishna has appeared and Garga Muni has done the Namakaran, the name-giving ceremony of Sri Krishna, he says, "O Nanda, your son has previously appeared in other ages. He came in a white form in Satya Yuga, a red form in Treta Yuga, a yellow form in Kali Yuga, and now in Dwapara Yuga he has appeared with a blackish complexion." So the statement, Idanim Krishnatam Gataha, means Krishna Swarupatam Gataha. He has entered into Krishna's original form. So he is referring to these Yuga avatars who are also present within Krishna's original form. Otherwise, it may be misunderstood to think that it is saying that, oh, Krishna is the same Yuga avatar. He is the same. Siddhanta tastva bhedepi Srisha Krishna Swarupayoho. There is no difference, according to Siddhant, between Sri Krishna and the Lord of Vaikuntha, Narayan. So, Srila Jiva Goswami has given a very interesting nyaya here. There is the logic of filling a pot with milk. And so, Shastra is full of the names of Sri Krishna. And all of the qualities of Sri Krishna are present, as well as all of the qualities of avatars. But what is overriding everything is the madhurya of Sri Krishna's Leela, the sweetness. This is the special quality. There are these 4 types of madhurya: Leela Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, and Guna Madhuri. The sweetness of Krishna's incomparable qualities, the sweetness of Krishna's flute, the sweetness of Krishna's beautiful pastimes with his dear devotees, and the sweetness of Krishna's incomparable form. So there is also the description of the names of Krishna. Srila Jiva Goswami has written one book called Sri Harinamamrita Vyakarana. He has given a Sanskrit grammar, which is all using names of Krishna. When Mahaprabhu taught Sanskrit and Nyaya, and when he met Sri Ishwara Puripad and he received initiation, then he began to explain everything using names of Krishna. And so some of the students were also making some fun of him not understanding this. These explanations of Sanskrit grammar using names of Krishna were lost, but Srila Jiva Goswami was able to retrieve them, and he wrote Sri Harinamamrita Vyakaran. So all of the names of Sri Krishna have been given, and all of the qualities of avatars are within Sri Krishna, but what is prominent is his own sweetness and the specific glories of the names of Krishna. In this first verse of Brahma Samhita, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda. He is himself without beginning, and he is the origin of everything. And his name is Govinda. So Govinda means Krishna, who is the protector of the cows, gopis, cowherd boys, and all the residents of Vraj. And so this also he is called Govindra, Lord of the cows. His supremacy is proven by the logic of giving free rein. What does it mean? Mukta pragraha vritti. So we can give, Srila Jiva Goswami has cited nyaya, or logic, how we can go to the fullest extent of the meanings of the names of Sri Krishna, and this indicates all of his divine sweet qualities. Also, there are adjectives such as Ishvara. So, Sri Gargacharya has said, Asan varnas trayo hyasya grihnato niyugam tanu shuklo raktas tatapita idyamnim krishnatam gataha. So when he is saying that previously he has appeared in a yellowish form in Kali Yuga, this is referring to a previous Kali Yuga. And all the names and forms are names and forms of Krishna. This is also an explanation that Srila Jiva Goswami has given in response to some verses of Puranas which seem to indicate that it is saying, oh, Shiva is the supreme, or Ganesh is the supreme. And he has explained, because these are actually all names of Krishna. Shiva is also a name of Krishna. Ganesh is also a name of Krishna. And now there is also the paribhasha of the name Krishna given from Mahabharata. Krishir bhuvachaka shabdo nashta nirvriti vachaka tayoraikam param brahma Krishna ityabhidiyate. So it is said there that Krish is the attractive feature of the Lord's existence, and Na means spiritual pleasure. So when Krish and Na are added together, it becomes Krishna, which indicates the supreme absolute truth. So Krish means that Krishna is so much all attractive, he completely negates everything attractive in this material world. And there is one verse in Srimad Bhagavatam which says that Swaryoshatam nalanaganda rucham kutonya, that Lakshmi herself, Nayam Shriyonga Unnatanta Date Prasada, Swaryoshatam nalanaganda rucham kutonya, Rasotsave Subudjadanda Grihita Kanta, Labdhvashisham Udagad Brajasundari Nam. Lakshmi ji saw what blessings were given to those Brajasundaris, gopis, who were being embraced around the necks by the beautiful arms of Sri Krishna, and that she herself could not achieve. What is it described? Lakshmi ji wanted to do tapasya. Okay, so she will do tapasya. But then the condition was given, you will have to marry a gopa. And Lakshmi said, no, I cannot do this. Lakshmi ji could not enter the rasa dance. So what to speak of the damsels of the heavenly planets, whose bodily fragrance is like lotus flowers? Lakshmi ji herself could not enter Rasa Leela. Shankar ji also went, and taking the form of a gopi wanted to enter, but immediately she was questioned. Oh, who are you? What is your family? Who are you married to? What is your village? Shankar ji could not answer all these questions, but he was put to be Gopishwar and to be the gatekeeper of Rasa Leela. So, this sweetness of Sri Krishna, we chant the name Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But we don't know what is the sweetness of the two syllables Krishna. This Krish is attraction which completely negates everything attractive in this world. We see beautiful things and we think, oh, I want to enjoy. We hear beautiful things and we think, oh, I want to enjoy listening to this. We taste very tasty things and we think, oh, I want to eat more of this. And this is our whole existence in this material world. But Krishna, if we will even once see Krishna, Srila Rupa Goswami has written one verse. Oh, my friend, if you want to continue enjoying this world, don't go down by Keshi Ghat and see very beautiful Shyam Sundar playing his flute, because then you will not again be able to enjoy the friendship of family and friends and society in this world. Srila Gurudev also used to say there were people who were making propaganda against him. Don't go to see Narayan Maharaj. Don't go to hear Narayan Maharaj. And he joked and he said, oh, they have made a very good advertising, because then people want to go. They must go to see, and then if they will hear some Harikatha, their lives will be changed. So here, Srila Jiva Goswami has given so much description of Krishna, and what is the meaning of Krishna, and what is the attraction of Krishna. It is that attraction which will pull anyone away. When Krishna was playing the flute, he was playing the flute down by the bank of the Yamuna, and Gopis were hearing the sound of his flute. It was entering their ears and going directly in their hearts, and their hearts were stolen away. And they came to meet Krishna. And Krishna joked with them and said, "Hey Gopiya, why have you come here? People will say such things about you. You have come leaving your homes, leaving your husbands in the middle of the night." They said, "Oh Krishna, you misunderstand. We did not make any choice to come here. You stole our hearts, and we have only come to collect what is ours, that you have stolen. You are a thief, and we have come now to get what you have stolen from us." This is the attraction of Krishna. But we, in our conditioned state, we have no such appreciation. We are unable to taste the sweetness of Nam. Srila Rupa Goswami has said in the Upadeshamrita, Syat Krishna Nama Chaditadi Satapyad Vidya Pittopataptara Sanasya Narochikanu Kintu Adarad Anudinam Kalusaiva Jushta Swad Vikramad Bhavati Tad Gadumul Hantri. So, if the name of Krishna has such sweetness in it, and the analogy is given of sugar candy. It is very condensed, it is sweet, all sweet. But if we are afflicted by jaundice, pitta upatapta means that there is a transformation of pitta or bile, and if one is suffering from jaundice, liver disease, then the sweet things taste very bitter. But Srila Rupa Goswami says, it is unfortunate that when we are afflicted by the jaundice of ignorance, the very sweet names of Krishna taste bitter. But oh, how wonderful it is that simply by very carefully chanting these sweet names every day, the disease becomes gradually destroyed at the root, and then we begin to taste what was previously bitter, now begins to taste sweet. And as that sweetness becomes more approachable by us, as ignorance is removed, then we want to chant nonstop. So this is the attractiveness of Krishna. And Srila Jiva Goswami has given a further description of what attraction means, bhuvachika. It is a very technical explanation, very long, but basically, nivritti means ananda. So these two things together, Krishna and Na, if we will be able to taste the name of Krishna, if we will carefully chant the name of Krishna, then the nectar from these two syllables of Krishna will cleanse our hearts, and gradually our disease of ignorance will be destroyed, and we will begin to taste the Shuddha Nam. There is also another logic. So Srila Jiva Goswami will use so many different logics. There is a logic of Ayurghritam, ghee is life. Does it mean that ghee is literally life? No, ghee is life-giving, it is life-sustaining. So this is used to show that in the form of Sri Krishna, his existence has itself so much attraction. Krishna does not have to do anything. Like, for example, we will see someone who is very attractive, and if they look at us like this, oh, now our heart begins to flutter, and we think, oh, this very beautiful person is looking at me. I want to go meet with that person. We are very foolish, like fish on a hook. Sometimes someone will give just one look at us, and we forget everything. We forget all discrimination, we forget all the rules, everything, and we want to go meet with that person simply because of physical attraction. But Krishna doesn't have to do any such thing. Krishna, simply by his existence itself is attractive. And this is what Srila Jiva Goswami is using the logic Ayurghritam to describe. Now, Mayavadis, they try to say that there is Satta and Ananda and they are the same thing, but this is illogical. It does not work. So Sri Krishna his form has Sat Chit Ananda. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. In the form of Sri Krishna, there are all these three attributes are together. It is not possible for Krishna to be anything but that supreme personality whose form is all attractive, whose name is all attractive, whose qualities are all attractive, and who is the reservoir of all sweetness. Ramante yogino nante satyananda chadatmani iti rama padenasau param brahma bhadiyate. It is said that yogis and transcendentalists, they find unlimited bliss in that supreme personality, so he is known by the name Rama. Rama also means Radhika Ramana, Gurudev has explained. So, there is so much description here from Gautamiya Tantra. Ishvara Parama Krishna. So Krishna is distinguished by his inconceivable energies. And he is the original form of all pleasure. And Sarva. So why? Sarva means all the living entities. Krishna attracts all living entities and makes them blissful. When living entities have joined with Krishna, they experience supreme bliss. We do not understand Ananda. We think only in terms of selfish sense enjoyment. When we are with Krishna, united in service, then we experience true Ananda. So Krishna is one who is always immersed in the joy of love, Premananda, and who immerses others in it as well. So there is no relationship with Krishna in Golok Vrindavan that is not saturated with love, that is not saturated with sweetness, that is not completely drowning in sweetness. There is no sense of Aishwarya. Gurudev said once that I have come to tell you that Krishna is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What is the meaning of this? Because Krishna is the heart and soul of the Brajavasis. All of the Brajavasis, they love Krishna without any reservation. And if there is any covering of Gyan, even Jnana of Krishna's opulence, it will interfere with our loving relationship with Krishna. So, Sri Krishna's all-attractiveness is also mentioned in Vasudeva Upanishad. So this is very important, the meaning of Ananda, Satchid Ananda Vigraha. So Krishna gives pleasure to others. How he gives pleasure? Because he attracts. When we are attracted to Krishna, and by the grace of Sri Guru and Gauranga, when we come closer, we will go through the stages. In Madhurya Kadambini, there is the expansion of this verse, Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sango Atabhajana Kriya Tato Narta Nivritti Sat Tato Nishta Ruchistada Tata Sakti Stada Bhava Tata Prema Vilanchati Sadhakanam Ayam Premna Pradur Bhave Bhavet Kramaha. So as we are going through these stages, gradually the Shraddha becomes thickened, our greed intensifies, and we finally come to the stage of Ruchi. Ruchi is not the same as Rati. In Ruchi, there is a glimmer of the taste. We get a taste of something which is extraordinary, which cannot be found in this world, which cannot be described. And when we get some taste, then this is after the stage of Nishta, after Anartha Nivritti, after the unwanted things have been cleared away, and we have become fixed in our sadhana. We become attached to chanting, and finally Ruchi begins to come, and then finally there is bhava or rati. Now, what does the Atma experience in rati? It is that thing which has come, Vishuddha Sattva, which has come from the spiritual world and has finally pierced the coverings of material nature, ahankar, ego, ignorance, everything, false identification, and it has entered the heart. And now our existence becomes blissful. So this is the ananda. When we have finally allowed ourselves to be attracted to Sri Krishna, now we are full of ananda. And only there is some little bit remaining in the heart, some very small amount of things which have to be burnt away, and they will be very quickly burnt away in this stage of Jata Rati Sadhana. There are these two stages. It is said that there is Ajata Rati Sadhana. This is our current stage where we don't have Rati. The Rati has not come in our heart. And then there is the Jata Rati Sadhana. And when Jata Rati Sadhana is complete, then one has achieved Vastu Siddhi and one has the Prem has now come in the heart. So, Prem cannot come within this material body, but Rati can come, Bhava can come. So Krishna, the Supreme Person, Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarvakarana Karanam. So much explanation has been given. What is the meaning of the name Krishna? What is the meaning of Ishvara? How Krishna is the person who is being described. What is the meaning of Krishna being Ishvara Parama? Ishvara Parama means he is the controller of all controllers. He is the supreme, he is the original. So all of the qualities of avatars are within him. And he is pervading everything. And Shri Radha is the super excellent Lakshmi. There are so many Lakshmis. There is Lakshmi in Vaikuntha. There is Lakshmi accompanying Narayan. Lakshmi who is accompanying Bhagavan Vishnu within this world. But Supreme Lakshmi is Shri Radha. Devi Krishna Mayi Prokta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mayi Sarva Kanta Sammohini Smrita. And Srila Jiva Goswami has also given Reme Ramabhir Nijakama Sampluta. Sri Krishna enjoyed his pastimes with Srimati Radhika and the other gopis. Nayam Sriyonga Unatantarate Prasada. So this is also given as an evidence for this rasa dance of Sri Krishna was not attainable even for the queens of Dwarka headed by Rukmini and Satyabhama, not for the Lakshmis of Vaikuntha or Devalok, what to speak of the demigoddesses of heaven. Now, we are also, Srila Jiva Goswami is referencing the 56th verse of Brahma Samhita, Sriya Kanta Kanta Paramapurusha. There is only one supreme hero in Golok Vrindavan, which is Paramapurush Sri Krishna, the supreme personality, and the Lakshmis in the form of gopis are his beloveds. So there is a very interesting thing here, which sometimes people have misunderstood Srila Jiva Goswami, thinking that Srila Jiva Goswami did not support Parakiya Ras and only supported Swakiya Ras. This is complete misunderstanding. Srila Jiva Goswami is the follower of Srila Rupa Goswami. How could Srila Jiva Goswami have contradicted Srila Rupa Goswami, who has so much glorified Parakiya Ras? This is another very long discussion. So, That is not something that we have to get into right now, but this is also covered in Shri Brahma Samhita, in the commentary on the verse Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabhis Tabhirya Eva Nijarupataya Kalabhi. In the description of Nijarupataya, that is where Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given the perfect reconciliation of these concepts of Swakiya and Parakiya. So, then Sri Krishna is also said to be Vishtabhyahamidam Kritsnam Ekam Shenistato Jagat. This entire world exists on the basis of one of my expansions. So, this has also been described. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate natat samaschabhyati kashtadrishyate parasya shaktir vividhaiva sruyate swabhavaki jnana balakriyacha. So there is a lot of description here of the etymology of Krishna and how he is the supreme controller. So we don't need to go through all of these, but this has been I think we have reached a kind of a good time limit to stop here. And if there's any questions, you can put them in chat. And you could also, if you like, unmute yourself and say your question. Next week, I think we will also talk a little bit more on this and some of the points which have not been covered. All right, so I think that's a good place to stop. And Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol.